The Rise of Tony from LC Side.
Anyways, we don't care, but here's a cool sign. You have to listen to me on this.
Now, I'm not here to dissect Tony as a person, nor am I analyzing his marketing strategies. What really fascinates me is why people connect with him. Why does a guy standing in a warehouse waving LED signs and yelling,
"Gay!"
come across as more genuine and more relatable than the polished voices we are so used to hearing? How did he capture the attention of audiences across the West? Why are so many people supporting him and even purchasing signs from the company that he works for? All because of what Tony does online. When you stop and think about it, many of us in the West have been living under a heavy, stifling cloud for years. And you can call it what you want: censorship, brainwash, political correctness, media spin. But the outcome is the same. We've been fed a steady stream of filtered, sanitized, and often patronizing content for decades now. It's exhausting. It feels like the institutions around us, governments, corporations, and even employers, are treating us like fools. And worse, we are not even allowed to question it. It's like a modern-day emperor's new clothes playing out in real time. And Tony? Tony is the guy who finally stood up and said what so many of us have been thinking out loud. He's unfiltered, authentic, and unapologetic, and for that, he's become a hero for many. Human civilization has been around for more than 10,000 years, give it a take. And somehow, in just the past few decades, we have managed to become confused about something as fundamental as gender. We are told it's a social construct. We are told that a man can be a mother. We are told that the word breast milk is somehow offensive. We are told it's okay to hate men just for existing.
So the only answer to that is to kill male babies and just kill any man that you see, like in the streets, like any swinging dick, just kill him.
But it's not okay if you say anything about what a man wants in a relationship. This shift hasn't just been confusing. It feels like we are living through one of the most absurd chapters in modern history. What gets me the most isn't just the message itself, but the underlying assumption that people are just too dumb to question it. And honestly, they are not entirely wrong. A lot of people have fallen for it. As a normal human being, I just want to buy a coffee without having to decode someone's pronouns first. I'm all for treating people with respect, but it's like you need a philosophy degree just to say good morning. If you go back just 10 or 20 years, a lot of what we are seeing now, the behaviors, the identities, the claims being pushed as objective truth, would have been classified as mental illness. But now, it's not just accepted, it's praised, it's promoted. We are being told not just to tolerate it, but to celebrate it. Somehow we've ended up in a time where the abnormal is redefining what normal is, where the idiots are telling the smart how to think, where pseudoscience is steamrolling actual science. It feels like we are watching the rules of logic being rewritten in real time, and most people are just nodding along. Not because they agree, but because they are scared. Scared of being cancelled, scared of losing their jobs, or even being charged with something as serious as hate speech or harassment. This moment we are currently living through is more than just a cultural confusion. It's a wholesale redefinition of epistemology. We are not just changing language or labels. We are warping the very lens through which society distinguishes truth from fiction. The idea that gender is somehow entirely disconnected from biology isn't just scientifically shaky, it's philosophically incoherent. It creates a paradigm where feelings overrule facts, and dissent is not debated, but punished. Historically, when societies lose a shared grip on objective truth, they don't evolve, they fracture. The ancient world had its share of delusions and mass psychosis, but they were usually fringe. What's unique about now is that institutional authority, like universities, media, governments, aren't just tolerating delusion, they are enforcing it. And when truth becomes subjective and reality is up for grabs, it's not liberation, it's a power game. And the cost of not playing alone? Your career, your reputation, maybe even your freedom. This isn't just a cultural trend, it's an epistemological crisis. We are not just arguing over identity, we are witnessing a shift in how truth itself is determined. What was once grounded in observable biology is now treated as oppressive if it doesn't align with subjective feelings. The institutions that once served as guardrails, like academia, medicine, media, have largely surrendered to ideological capture. And when you challenge it, you are not debating ideas anymore. You are treated as heretic. The real danger here isn't the existence of alternative lifestyles. Those have always been around. It's the institutional enforcement of belief. When disagreement is labeled hate speech, and skepticism is treated like violence, we are no longer living in a progressive society. We are living in soft totalitarianism dressed up in rainbow flags and hashtags. Look, I for one don't really care how people want to live their lives. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't cause harm to other people or force your ideology onto other people. I don't even care if someone thinks eating poop is good for them. Go for it. Wolf it down. Start your own poop buffet. You do you. But don't be surprised when people start pushing back. The second you start telling everyone else that they, too, should eat poop. And even worse, start teaching our kids in school that this is somehow totally normal and healthy. I know the example I just gave sounds absurd and ridiculous, but today you've got people out here debating what a woman is, like it's some kind of deep philosophical puzzle. And what's worse, we are treating it like it's even a debate worth having. In the UK, the Supreme Court actually had to step in and clarify that under the Equality Act of 2010, the word woman means biological female. I mean, just think about that. Let that sink in. It's 2025, and we needed a court ruling to define something humanity has understood since, I don't know, forever?
Yeah, still looking like a man.
Meanwhile, in places like Asia, kids are studying hard, becoming scientists, engineers, astronauts. They are being taught how to master the world, and here in the West, we are teaching kids that a boy can become a girl and vice versa. As if that's the kind of knowledge they need to build a civilization. And somehow, we are wondering why everything around us is deteriorating. From idiotic politicians and insane inflation to a brutal job market, and the fact that you can't even speak your mind without someone getting offended and trying to ruin your life. Tony, the homie, is like a breath of fresh air in a room that's been shut for way too long. He doesn't play by the rules, he doesn't filter himself, he doesn't care about being politically correct or how many people he might offend. What he delivers is pure common sense, and that is exactly why so many people relate to him. Because let's be real, how many people out there actually have the courage to speak up anymore? Say something online and you will get cancelled. Say it at work and you will get a call from HR. Meanwhile, the ones pushing the most extreme ideas are celebrated. They are called brave. They are called thought leaders. Somehow, the more disconnected from reality they sound, the more praise they get. Tony may be yelling in a warehouse, but symbolically, he's doing what philosophers have always done, using absurdity to challenge convention. Tony's like that one uncle at the barbecue who says wild stuff, but deep down, you know he's right. Everyone else is walking on eggshells, and he's just stomping through with steel boots yelling,
Gay as fuck. You guys are gay as fuck.
And we love him for it. Tony's rise isn't just about humor, it's a cultural phenomenon, a response to a vacuum of authenticity. We are living in a time where institutions, from media to government to academia, have lost credibility with the public. And into that vacuum steps someone like Tony, unscripted, raw, and unapologetically human. He's not just reacting to absurdity, he's exposing it. And maybe that's exactly why someone like Tony hits so hard right now. He doesn't have a PR team. He's not regurgitating talking points. He's just a guy in a warehouse with a sign and a camera, saying the things a lot of us are too scared to say out loud. In a time where truth feels negotiable and common sense is under attack, Tony reminds us that you don't need a PhD degree or a podium to call out the madness. Sometimes all it takes is guts, a bit of humor, and a refusal to play along. He might be loud and rough around the edges, and even offensive to some. But in a world full of filtered nonsense and performative outrage, Tony feels real, and that's what most of us want. Something real and authentic. Alright, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you didn't, well, let's be honest, you probably didn't make it this far. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the comments. Take care of yourself.
Hello. Goodbye.